What is up, legends? We are back, and we're back in HypeWatch. Another week, another HypeWatch, and we're gonna just get right into it. Not a lot to talk about this week, but some good fun nonetheless. So we're gonna start off with Sensei. I like you so much. That is a mouthful. That is definitely a mouthful. This is obviously a waifu game that you guys can take part in if you wish, because they have a demo right there for you to download free, just to mess around with. You pretty much do tasks that you have to go through, and that gets you to actually meet fans, and then the fans end up being waifus, and then you can befriend them. It's really a RPG though, because you can actually go through and take on various events and level characters and optimize them and things like that. It's a quirky little game, but I wanted to put it here because it might be something. Because I have a lot of waifu collector fans on the channel, so I figured, hey, you know what, this is a waifu collector. You may like this. So yeah. Next up, Capcom. Why? Yes, Capcom pretty much announced Kinitsugami, which is Path of Goddess, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, which everybody was like, what? And then Resident Evil is actually getting updated as well, but the biggest one is the Dead Rising remaster, which is like, bro, like why they want to? No, anyway, we're not gonna do that. But this is actually coming back. A lot of people were fans of Dead Rising, and it getting a remaster is actually pretty good. I'm definitely gonna check this out. I'm probably gonna get a copy to actually do a review on. So I'm pretty happy about that, because I didn't even think that this game would be back, if we're being honest. But obviously they're making enough money that they feel that they can take a swing at it. So here we go. Next up, we have Sword of Convallaria, which as a right, no, in an hour from now, it'll be live. If you listened previously on previous hype watches, and probably on other channels as well, you probably signed up for it already. But people who didn't, unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to get in, because the cutoff time for this is already over. I believe it's the 24th that it cut off, that you couldn't sign up anymore. And I already have it right now. I'm just waiting for it to go live. I'm not sure if I have the same version you guys have, but you'll probably see content up on the channel before you even see this particular video, because this video comes out on Sunday. But I'm keeping an eye on this game and see how hype it's going to be. And if it's going to be fun overall. If it's going to be fun, then we'll put it syndicated on the channel, and then we'll do continued coverage. If it ends up then you'll probably do it like once a while, updates like you see me do like for other games. Like I'll show up like once a week or something like that and do an update for the most part. But I'm hoping that it's on the good side, the really good side, and that we can syndicate it, and that'd be really nice. And as you can see right here, is up on tap as well. I don't know what the apology is for, but you can actually maybe, which is the reason why I'm showing this, maybe you can request it on tap. That's an outside chance, but it's up to you if you want to go through and do that. Next up, this is pretty important. Make sure that you do this if you are a fighting game fan, because 2XKO is going to be having their alpha, and the alpha is going to be between the August 8th and August 19th right here. And these are the regions right here in USA, Canada, UK, France, Brazil, Japan, and Mexico. And it's going to be on Series X, PlayStation 5, and Windows PC. I'm probably going to get it on PlayStation 5, so I don't have to deal with like this PlayStation 5 and see how it runs and stuff like that. But yeah, you can register right here to actually get into it. So definitely, if you're into fighting games, sign up as soon as you see this. On the mobile side, we have Ash of Gods. Now, this actually came out 3 years ago on PC on Steam, and a lot of people liked it. It's one of those simulation war type of games where you can push through things with cards and stuff like this. I talked about this previously, but now it is up mobile. So if you're into that, or into these types of games, don't have it on a mobile platform, you can take it on the go and play on the phone. And this is also one of those games where things change as you make choices. So if you let somebody die or you kill somebody, things may go badly or may go in your favor. Depends on how you want to go about it. Brave Connect, what you see, it doesn't have a really good rating, but this is a waifu collector, and it's not global as of yet, but I definitely wanted to put it in because I have a lot of waifu collecting fans, as I previously said. So it's one of those vertical, easy RPG manager type of waifu games. Maybe it might be for you, maybe it won't, but here it is. Next up is Palworld Heroes. Now, it has nothing to do with the Palworld game. This is kind of like a little bit of tower defense and a little bit of progressive attacking as well. Interesting characters, though. Although they're kind of like animal based, and it's up to you if you're into that type of thing. But it just recently came out, so maybe have at it. Might be something that you like. What is this here? Anyway, 100-Year War Idle is an idle game. It's straight up. We get like 10 a day for whatever reason. But it has big bosses and a little bit of fun onto it. That's why this one is actually here. I figured I would put it here. Maybe it might be something that you guys all have at, and it's something available to play right now. Next up is Nobunaga's Ambition. All right, now if you are an OG gamer, you will remember 20 years ago. That's how long ago Nobunaga Ambitions first came out. That's how old this game is. This doesn't seem like the original one. It does have the feel because ancient feudal Japan taking over stuff and then picking a side, and then if you want to pick cow or something like that, and you might win. But it seems like they're leaning a little bit towards Romance of the Three Kingdoms on this, where it's a little bit more action based, which China doesn't like, by the way. So I'm super shocked that this game even exists, but it's probably not even based in China, and they probably just taken the IP. But yeah. Next up, take this down, is ArcheAge War. This is the SEA version. I am going to be trying this. I'm not sure when I'm going to be actually getting this video. I don't know why I'm looking at Raymore and Flanagan, because I don't be trying to get no furniture right now, but okay. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying this out. I'm putting this link up because this is the SEA version that you can hop into right now and try to play. It might be fun for you, might not. But I definitely want to see how they handle ArcheAge like this and see if it's actually cool. Because I feel bad that this game ended up the way that it did. It just had bad management, and then it got given to somebody else, or somebody else purchased it, and then they had bad management. So hopefully, I don't know, man, maybe they can figure it out on mobile. Next up, this site is killing me right now. This one is interesting. Palace is interesting because it's kind of a husbando game, but it's still RPG based. And it doesn't necessarily progress and act that much like a straight up, like those husbandos, like I gotta get with the husbando character type of thing. Is more of a thrower type game. But I want to put it on here because I do, when I see something that I think women would like, because I do have 20% of my viewership is women. So if I could find something that they might like, then I'll put it up. Like, I don't feel any type of way about that. And hopefully this will be something that they'll hop into because they can. Like, this is the APK right here. You can download it. You don't need anything special or anything like that. So maybe it'll be something that for the ladies. Ragnarok Rebirth. I literally say this about 10 times a year. I don't know how Ragnarok keep getting different games and is from Gravity every single time, but here we are again. And yeah, so if you're a Ragnarok fan, have at it, have fun, good luck. Next up is Cyborg Immortal. This might be the most fun title here because this is a co-op title, kind of similar to the way that the new Cookie Run Tower is going right now. I personally, I'm not sure how much I would be into this, except for like the co-op, because I want to play with people and then see people be good or bad because it's funny, and then clutch out a stage because I usually end up being like the last person alive. That happened to me today in Tower. I mean, Cookie Run Tower. Everybody died and ended up fighting the boss alone and killing it, which is funny. But Chili Cookie is OP in that game. You get so much movement. He's busted. But anyway, hopefully this will be something for you guys to rock with. Next up, we have Squad Raid. Personally, I think it's going to be very simplistic. I have not tried it yet. This recently came out and I didn't even hear anything about it, but it flashed up on the viewer thing. So I was like, you know what, I'll put it out here. Maybe somebody will like it or something like that. So, you know, not like recommended or anybody recommended to me. I just happened to see it and see that it's brand new and just came out. So it might be something that you can actually play now. Next up, oh, we already got this already. So let's take this out. Now we'll go to the last one, which is Blind Box Party. This was suggested to me and it's the hype of the week right now. Very cutesy and stuff, but it lulls you into thinking that it's one way, but it's really not. It's really basically a party RPG type of game where you gotta do survival, and it feels a lot like Tower Defense Arknights type, where you have to make proper choices, and if you don't make the proper choices, you lose field. And I was like, I had a couple of people who are very reputable, you know, gamers, like say like, yo, it's kind of cool. Like they like, we should get a game like this on global. People would really like it because it's strategic, and you know, it does have a little bit of waifu cutesy base and stuff like that. But people were saying it's really good. And I actually looked at a few videos up on Bilibili. I don't want to, like, I can click any of this. You guys can click any of this afterwards and you'll see videos right here. You actually don't need to be a Bilibili account holder to see these videos. You can just do it from just like coming from this link. So I'll leave it up to you. Me just looking at this and I was like, oh, this looks like this is gonna be kind of lit. And from what people were telling me on the Bilibili forums, is gonna be one to watch. I probably am not going to have time for this because I have 3 games that are early access, including Final Fantasy, Convallaria, and another one I can't say this weekend right now, along with Wuthering Waves, basically, and which is probably still in. There's probably like an hour left and the maintenance right now when Jinsa and Changli is coming out and the new area and everything else like this. So I literally do not have time for this game right now. No, it'll probably be next week when I cover it, if we're being completely honest. Majority of the stuff here, if I'm going to cover it, it's probably going to be next week. It's not going to be this weekend. And then we have Zenless Zone Zero coming in a couple of days as well. So like, bro, I can make 3-4 days. Like, so like, I don't know when I'm gonna find time for any of this stuff. I'm still doing Honkai. I quit a lot of games, just to let you guys know. I quit a substantial amount of games, and focusing more so on HSR, on Reverse 1999 because I like it. I know it's not the most popular game in the world, but I like it. And that's kind of like all that matters. So if I want to keep covering it, it is what it is. I don't know what AFK Journey is doing right now. I need them to get their act together. I want to like it. I want to help them, but I don't know. That's all I can really say right now. So what's that? Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, Reverse 1999. You will definitely always see videos from. If I didn't mention it, that means it's either going to be once a week or not covered, which that leaves Nikkei once a week. That leaves solo leveling once a week because there's really nothing to do in solo leveling. Astra once a week. There's nothing, basically those games. Like, that's what you're gonna see. I don't have time. I know people actually in Discord, are you gonna play Terry's Land and make a guild? No, 'cause I don't have time. Terry's Land, you have to do everything manually. I can't, and I'm a healer on top of that, so I just don't have time. I don't have anything against the game. The game is not bad. I think the game is a whole lot of fun. I just don't have time. And the same thing goes for Cookie Run Tower. You can't idle it. So like I'm just like, it's nothing I can really do about that. I already have games I have to manually play. For the most part, if you want to do all the harder content in Star Rail, you gotta manual it. You can't auto it. The same thing with Withering Waves. Withering Waves is completely 100% manual game, and then Zenless Zone Zero coming out is going to be a manual game. Then also sponsored by Hoyo for Zenless Zone Zero, so that's a thing. Yeah, I'm not sponsored by Star Rail. Technically I am, because I have a link. So when you click a Star Rail link, that's your boy right there. I have a link. I will be sponsored by Star Rail. I could actually say that. But I'm not right now. Things are gonna work. I don't know why they have two different things for Hoyo for those two particular games, but I'm completely sponsored for a Triple Z. But Star Rail, I'm doing something completely different. So it's like I'm talking to different people. I'm like, why are y'all not together? Why are we having two different conversations? It's weird, but yeah. And they already know I don't like Genshin, so don't even ask me. So I want to actually be sponsored for Tower Fantasy because I still strongly believe in that game. They make some cool characters in Tower Fantasy. But that's all we got for this week. And I do want one thing. That's like my little spiel that, you know, people want me to actually do. I'm done with all that. The whole Dr. Disrespect thing, that's a headache. And people keep asking me about it. Like I told you last week, when you have toxic, drama-based, corrupt communities around you, you attract that and it warps you. And Dr. Disrespect is like literally what I was talking about last week and why I don't like it and why I shut it down and why that upset people. Because they're like, oh, why? And people feel that they can just say whatever they want to say towards creators. They can just do whatever they want to do towards creators, or they can act like if they want to be corrupt and dirty and memey and everything else, like that we are supposed to let them do that. And no, we are not. Because when that happens, you end up slowly but surely becoming like that because it's around you. You see drama stuff around you. You see dirty stuff around you. You see people miserable and memeing and cursing and carrying on and doing deplorable things, and that affects you. You become a bad person because that's what's in your energy. It's not that it's you per se, unless you really were like that and you facilitate all of that around you. But even if you're not like that, even a priest, if he's surrounded by OnlyFans girls, is going to have a problem. You see what happens with Catholic priests. The main reason that happens with Catholic priests is because they have a vow of chastity and they can't do anything. And then they're always around, like you have, then they got to get the younger priests and stuff like that. That stuff happens because they're not allowed to do anything with their sexual urges. As DNA, we're going to have sexual urges. So if the only thing is around you is children, as nasty as that is, that's why that's actually happening in the Catholic Church. Why that whole vow of chastity is backfiring is a big problem. I know it's supposed to be in the Bible and everything else like that, but I don't know. I think they need to reevaluate that, or that's going to continue to be a problem in the church. And it's the same thing like with this. If you are surrounded by ridiculous people acting people all the time and you facilitate it, then you are going to start being ridiculous. Then you are going to start having that type of stuff. Then, like in the case of with Dr. Disrespect, his community is the same type of community that acts like crazy as we see all the other drama communities. That's the same type of community. And that's why I have a major problem with it, because this stuff happens. Like, it literally took less than a week for me to be right about what I said in the last HypeWatch of why that's not feasible in content creation, because you'll end up losing your whole life like this man. This man literally lost probably $500 million in front of all of us. Y'all think I'm kidding about that? He literally probably lost $500 million. And I'm like, straight up, from endorsements, from his actual content that he makes, from like he got cut. I've seen at least 9 endorsements he lost, and they added it up to like 200-300 million between those 9, on top of his company, on top of his platform, on top of the donations, the subs, and everything else. Like, bro, it ain't worth it, content creators, to be a dick out here. It ain't worth it to be the toxic cesspool creator just to make some money. It's not. You want to end up like that? Be legendary, y'all.